And today we are solving an ASVAB math problem. Let's read it together. Farmer Beth has received an offer to sell her 320-acre farm for $3,000 per acre. She agrees to give the buyer $96,000 worth of land. What fraction of Farmer Beth's land is the buyer actually getting? To solve this, we have two goals. All right, goal number one is to figure out how many acres did the buyer actually get, and then what's the fraction, right? So from there, what we can do is first we need to know the total acres purchased. So we'll take the total amount of money spent. The buyer spent 96,000, so we'll take 96,000. Take what you give us, and we'll divide that by 3,000 to understand how many acres the buyer actually got. So we'll write it out in long division as well. So we got 3,000. Now when you see this long division, don't fret. Ignore these zeros because they actually just end up balancing out, and you just have 3 and 96. And you can just break that down, and what number times 3 gets me to not? Well, I just gave it away. 3, there you go. So then what number times what gets me to 6? 2. So you get 2. So then from there, you can understand that, okay, so since these balance out, you cancel out, and then you just got 32 acres, right? So this is the amount of acres that the buyer received after spending $96,000. So we want to know what fraction of Farmer Best land is the buyer actually getting. Well, how much land does she have? She has 320 acres worth of land. So then you can divide that by 32 acres. And then from there, we can just look at, okay, how can we simplify this down? How can we break this down and reduce these numbers? So this means that 32 is basically a 0 added on top of it. That means that the bottom number is exactly 10 times bigger than the top. Because of the pattern, 32 goes into 320 exactly 10 times, right? If 32 goes into 320 10 times, when we reduce it down, the top number just becomes 1, and then the bottom number actually just becomes 10. And then that is how we're able to reduce the fraction down to its simplest form. So the buyer is getting exactly 1/10 of the farm because we were able to divide the total amount of money by the amount of money she's charging per acre, and we found out that she got 32. That the buyer got 32 acres, and then they got 1/10 of the farm. All right, so that means that the answer is B. All right, thank you.